You know, I have no clue why I initially installed the open beta of Monster Hunter Wilds. I could have been bored or was just curious about what people have been talking about constantly and why this game all of a sudden has 13,000 viewers on Twitch. You know, a game that isn't even out yet. In fact, I never really cared much about Monster Hunters. I had a game back then on the Wii U, yes, it's a bit old, and didn't really like it. Then Twitter being Twitter and crying at Capcom for wokeness and whatever. You know, the internet as usual. So I was sitting here with my favorite beer in my hand, and instead of grinding through Gas Station Simulator, I started up the beta with nothing to expect, and what should I say? I was indeed very surprised, in a positive way. Now to clarify, this is not going to be a full review. The beta is too short for even considering doing a review, so you can rather expect the first impressions from someone who was never really into Monster Hunter. I consider myself
What?
Monster Hunter Wilds starts with a very detailed character creator. No matter what you like to change, may it be eyes, lips, face features, muscles, there's an option for all of this. For the lazy people like me, you can check out some presets and call them your own. Only remark here, the options and the menu building is slightly chaotic. If this could be changed and cleaned up slightly, it would be amazing. Decided for a character, the game throws us directly into an incredible intro cinematic. We are traveling on some sort of sand boat. Honestly, I had no clue what was going on as I was missing the backstory. Also, we are being introduced to some of the characters which will accompany us on our journey and are standing around in the world doing mostly nothing. The sand is blowing, the sky changes from clear over dusty to stormy, making the environment feel real. Walking on sand is difficult just like in real life. You don't run without difficulties over the dunes. It is this moment where you realize that all the makeup your character got might be very unfitting and inconvenient while traveling the desert, but you know, it is what it is. Side note here, I like how you can switch between a feline and a human voice of your companion. I personally find it awkward if a cat starts talking to me. Only Salem is allowed to do this. Impressing though how Capcom almost nailed the mouth movements fitting voice tracks played.
Entry to the region itself has been restricted for 1,000 years. We thought it completely uninhabited.
There wasn't a part in the cinematics where I was thrown off while watching and listening. This is also thanks to using fitting voices to the various characters. The voice acting was believable, not over the top, at least not for the beta. All of this makes the intro tense and hooking, making me want to watch more, and I had a hard time waiting to jump into the action myself with a tutorial very well embedded into the first steps you are taking. You learn how to ride and glide with your bird raptor thing, use something like a grappling hook, and you're able to use your first weapon with the result of slaying your first monster. Your mount has some kind of auto travel following the path towards your objective, makes traveling very convenient. However, here Capcom seems to have gotten inspired by good old Command and Conquer when it comes to pathfinding. All of that done, you have the option to fight another 2 monsters, each being slightly more dangerous and difficult than the previous one. The last one also taking me ages to slay with a group and having a counterattack that does really hurt my feelings. So far I have been very happy in playing with my bow, but other weapons are also available. If you think you might not manage the monsters as they can be rough to tackle, you can always fire an SOS flare and ask for help. This help can be other players or even bots if there's no lobby around you. And then there's a crafting system to craft new potions or ammo for your weapons. Apparently you will be able to change your armor and weapons at some point. It looks like it, but I could not figure out in the beta how to do it. Maybe it's still locked. But alright, I don't want to pull this video into unnecessary length, and honestly, for the beta I think all of what I was able to say was said. The beta looks impressive. I really love the intro cinematic and the gameplay style. Even though the movement feels very slow, it fits into the surrounding. You don't move fast on desert sand, unless you're a Fedaikin. Apart from that, the fighting has action and is intense. Voice tracks are nice to listen to. The overall gameplay feels solid. Critique here, I had plenty of trouble getting into the game and into quests due to connection problems. I really want to see more of Monster Hunter Wilds, and I am curious on how the final game will look like. But they want 70 euros for the basic edition, 90 for the deluxe, and 110 for the premium. That's honestly a lot of money. I'll have to think hard about this one. And I would hope at a minimum the connection issues are being solved until the final release. Maybe someone could drop into the comment how the experience with Capcom games is. Do they get their service under control control, or do they have plenty of issues? Let's see what happens. Release date is the 28th of February next year, so 2025. Until then, drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like and subscribe, and take care. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.